Welcome, wonderful viewers. I'm glad you've chosen to join us on this exploration of one of the most complex yet beautiful emotions we humans experience, love. But one thing is for sure, love is never simple, and that's exactly what we're going to delve into today. So whether you're a hopeless romantic, a skeptic, or someone just trying to understand this all-encompassing emotion a little better, sit back, relax, and join us on this journey into the intricacies of love. Have you ever pondered about the true essence of love and how it manifests in the tiniest of actions? Love, a four-letter word, yet a universe in itself, is an emotion that transcends boundaries, cultures, and languages. It is a sentiment that has been the muse of poets, the inspiration for artists, and the driving force behind many a brave act. But what is love, really? Is it the grand gestures we see in movies? Or is it something more? In our quest to understand love, we often overlook the fact that love isn't solely about extravagant expressions or dramatic declarations. It is as much about the little things, the small gestures that often go unnoticed. The shared laughter over a private joke, the comforting silence that speaks volumes, the warm hug on a cold day, the gentle hand-holding during a walk in the park, or even the simple act of making a cup of tea the way your loved one likes. These are the threads that weave the intricate tapestry of love. You see, love is a language that doesn't always need words. It speaks in whispers, in the quiet moments, in the everyday mundane things that become special because they're shared with someone dear. It's the subtle, often silent, acts of kindness, care, and understanding that truly embody the spirit of love. But why are these small gestures so important, you may ask? It's because they are the building blocks of a relationship. They add depth and richness to love, making it more meaningful and profound. They are the silent promises that reassure us of our loved one's presence, care, and commitment, making us feel valued, cherished, and loved. These small gestures of love are indeed the unsung heroes of a relationship. They might not make the headlines, but they are the ones that keep the home fires burning, adding warmth and comfort to our lives. They are the magic that transforms an ordinary relationship into an extraordinary one. So, let's unravel the magic of these small gestures of love that make the journey worthwhile. Ever wondered how a simple morning text or a surprise cup of coffee can brighten up your partner's day? Our daily lives are filled with potential for small yet meaningful expressions of love. These gestures, though they may seem insignificant, can have an enormous impact on the dynamics of a relationship. Let's traverse through a few scenarios to better understand how these gestures can be woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. Imagine you're waking up on a chilly morning, still ensnared in the warmth of your dreams. You reach for your phone, and there it is. A text message from your partner wishing you a good day. A small gesture, yes, but it's a potent reminder that you are cherished. It sets the tone for the rest of your day, filling it with warmth and positivity. Now picture yourself embroiled in a hectic day at work. Your stress levels are peaking, and you're yearning for a moment of respite. Suddenly, your partner appears with your favorite takeout meal, a beacon of comfort amidst the chaos. It's not about the food, but the thought and effort that went into providing solace in your time of need. Or consider a quiet evening at home. You're both engrossed in your individual worlds. Perhaps you're reading a book while your partner is engrossed in a project. Suddenly, you feel a gentle hand squeeze or a soft peck on your cheek. It's a silent yet profound declaration of love and affection. These gestures don't necessarily have to cost anything but time and thoughtfulness. It's not the grandeur or the price tag that matters, but the sentiment behind them. They serve as gentle reminders of your love for each other, nurturing the bond you share. So the next time you're caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, remember to pause and express your love in these small yet meaningful ways. It could be as simple as a heartfelt compliment, a surprise note, or even just a warm, reassuring hug. Indeed, these small gestures of love can work wonders and strengthen the bond between two individuals. Do you believe that love has its own language, often spoken through actions rather than words? Picture this: a warm cup of tea waiting for you on a cold morning, a handwritten note tucked inside your lunchbox, or a gentle squeeze of your hand during a stressful moment. These are the unspoken words of love, the small gestures that carry a profound message. In the grand scheme of love, these gestures may seem insignificant, but they are the building blocks of a strong relationship. They whisper the sentiments that words often struggle to articulate, expressing empathy, understanding, and a deep-seated affection. Now let's delve a bit deeper into this concept and explore the 5 love languages, a theory proposed by Dr. Gary Chapman. For those unfamiliar, these are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Each person has a primary love language that resonates with them more profoundly than the others. Understanding your partner's love language can be a powerful tool in communicating your affection. For instance, if your partner's love language is acts of service, they might appreciate it when you take out the trash or cook dinner after a long day. On the other hand, if their love language is words of affirmation, they might value a heartfelt compliment or a loving text message. The key here is to understand what makes your partner feel loved and cherished. But remember, it's not just about understanding their love language, it's also about expressing your own. Communicating your needs and desires is just as important. If you feel loved when your partner spends quality time with you, express it. If a small gift makes your day, let them know. Love is a two-way street after all. So the next time you're struggling to articulate your feelings, remember that love has its own language. It's not always about grand gestures or poetic words. Sometimes it's about the small everyday actions that show your partner you're thinking of them, that you care, that you love them. Remember, when it comes to love, actions often speak louder than words. Have you ever thought about how nurturing love is similar to tending to a garden? Imagine love as a seed planted in the rich soil of your heart. This seed, like any other, holds within it the potential to grow into a beautiful blossoming entity. However, it requires consistent care and attention. It must be watered with kindness, pruned with understanding, and nurtured with patience. It is not a one-time act, but an ongoing commitment. Just as a gardener meticulously tends to their plants, so too must we cultivate love. The gardener doesn't merely water the plant once and then abandon it. They continuously check on it, ensuring it gets the right amount of sunlight, water, and nutrients. They are there taking care of it through storms and droughts, through all seasons. Similarly, love is not a static feeling. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving emotion that requires regular nourishment. Small gestures are the life-sustaining water that love needs to grow. A simple smile, a word of appreciation, a gentle touch. These are all small but significant acts of love that nourish the relationship, helping it to grow and flourish. There is a certain beauty in these small gestures. They may be simple, but they hold immense power. They are the threads that weave the fabric of love, the silent whispers that say, "I see you, I appreciate you, I love you." It's important to remember that just like a garden, love can't be rushed. It grows at its own pace, blossoming when the time is right. Patience is key. After all, the most beautiful gardens are often those that have been tended to with care and patience over a long period of time. So let's cultivate love with small gestures. Let's nourish it with kindness and understanding. Let's be the gardeners of our own hearts, tending to the love that resides within. Just as a garden blooms with care and attention, love flourishes with small gestures of affection and thoughtfulness. So, what does all this tell us about the language of love and the power of small gestures? We've embarked on a journey, exploring the intricacies of love, and discovered that it's often the smallest gestures that hold the most significant impact. Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey. We've delved into the heart of love, unraveling its complexities, and found that the language of love is not merely about grand declarations. It's about the subtle signs, the quiet moments, and the unspoken words that truly express our affection. We've learned that small gestures, like a tender touch, a heartfelt compliment, or simply taking the time to listen, can speak volumes about our feelings. These gestures, though small in their execution, can create ripples of love that strengthen and deepen our relationships. We've also discovered that love is a language that needs to be cultivated. It requires patience, understanding, and most importantly, regular practice. By incorporating small gestures of love into our daily lives, we can cultivate a language of love that is unique to us and our relationships. But let's not forget that the power of small gestures goes beyond just expressing love. They also have the potential to transform relationships. They can break down walls, bridge gaps, and foster a deeper sense of connection. They remind us, and those we care about, of the love that binds us, making our relationships stronger and more resilient. So as we conclude our journey, let's take these lessons to heart. Let's strive to express our love not just through grand gestures, but through the small, everyday acts of kindness and affection. Let's make these small gestures a part of our love story and watch as they transform our relationships into extraordinary love stories. Remember, it's the small gestures of love that make the biggest impact. So go ahead and make your love story extraordinary with these little acts of love. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of love. Remember, love isn't always about the grand gestures. It's in the small everyday acts of kindness and affection. It's in the time we take to listen, the tender touches, and the sincere compliments. These are the small gestures that make a big difference. They are the ones that transform our relationships into extraordinary love stories. So, as we conclude, let's take these lessons to heart and make our love story extraordinary. Thank you for watching, and remember, love is in the small gestures.